Hi guys, Tony Campbell here, the Property QS. Thank you again for signing up for our emails about estimating, one of my favourite subjects in the world, as you can probably gather from the first video where I talked to you about the reasons why most people's estimates are incorrect. So following on from that email, I wanted to show you something that makes estimating really easy for you, because people struggle with estimating, especially in property. The most difficult bit about it is that you've got to create an estimate for a property that generally you've never seen, because you want to stack a deal to see whether it's worthwhile going to view it, unless you're mental and just go and view every single property that you can and then work out the estimate when you've done it. But if you do that, you must have more time on your hands than you know what to do with, because I certainly wouldn't want to be going to view hundreds of properties just to find one that works. You might as well use your time wisely, do the estimate sat at your desk when you're looking at the properties on Rightmove or Zoopla or wherever you're looking at them, before you call the agent. And the way we do that, as I discussed on the first video, is we use some estimating techniques which are only really taught to estimators, and they're called parametric estimating and analogious estimating. So parametrics, where you use previous historical data, and analogious is where you use an analogy, and we all know what an analogy is, where something's like something else. So you're at a distinct advantage when you're doing estimating if you've already done a property project before, because you're going to have a rough idea of how much things cost you, especially if you're doing buy, refurbish, refinance on 2 or 3 bed houses in your local area. You're going to have an idea of how much a kitchen cost you, a bathroom cost you, so on and so forth. But if you didn't, or even if you have, it's really important to listen to this, because it'll help you estimating. And as you've probably already seen, I've already given the information away. So this is estimating made simple, and this is what we do when we're stacking deals, or this is what we did when we were stacking deals when we used to do buy-to-let refurbishments for ourselves and for other people. So we use like a high level estimating technique, which comes with some estimating uncertainty and some risk, but we'll talk about estimating uncertainty and risk in our 4th video, and that's just going to be dedicated to that. So if you stick with me and follow this, so this is basically what we do. So it depends on what the property needs. What we'll usually do is have a quick flick through the photos that are online and try and identify warning signs of things that need to be done. So if it just needs a light refurb, so by light I mean it just needs new flooring and redecoration, then I'd say you want to be stacking the deal using £5,000 as your refurb cost. You might be able to do it a little bit cheaper, but that's fine, because this is just a ballpark estimate, it's just a high level number. And as I mentioned in the last one, if someone tells you you can't do a ballpark estimate, then they're frankly lying. If you look in any estimating best practice, if you find global estimating best practice, the first estimate that's ever done is a ballpark estimate. So don't let people tell you you can't do ballpark estimates, because you can. And I've been doing them for almost 20 years in my career, estimating in the real world, not just in property. Okay, so the next thing, so if we need flooring and decoration, it's £5,000. So if we need flooring, decoration, and a new kitchen and a bathroom, so we're moving a bit more into the moderate amount of refurbishment that needs doing, you're looking at £15,000. So £5,000 plus 10 for the kitchen and bathroom. And again, this may be a little bit heavy, but that's only if you're going in at like really basic spec. If you're putting something in that's relatively nice, then you want to be allowing this much money, and that's probably going to give you some buffer for project management fees and contingency and things like that. So yeah, flooring, decoration, £5,000. Flooring, decoration, kitchen and bathroom, £15,000. So this is how this table works. So basically flooring and decoration plus a kitchen and a bathroom. So then the next one down, if we're going to do a light refurbishment, moving into moderate and getting a little bit heavier in the moderate. So we've got to put a new heating system in, new electrics, and skim the walls. So we're assuming we're going to chase out the existing plaster and re-skim so the walls are in decent condition. If we do all of this, we need to allow £25,000, so another £10,000 more than the previous one. Then moving on to the heaviest level of moderate refurbishment, if we're doing all of this, plus we're going to change all the internal doors, all the internal skirts and arcs, so all the internal joinery as well, we probably want to be looking at 30 grand for that, for all of this work. So floor and decoration, kitchen, bathroom, heating, electric skim, doors, skirts and arcs, 30 grand you want to be allowing in your deal stack. Then if we move on to like the heaviest refurb, so basically you're taking the whole property back to brick, you're going to do all this, take it back to brick. You're probably going to have to treat a little bit damp as well in this. If you're taking it back to brick, the plaster's going to fell off. You then need to do some roof repairs or replace the roof, and you're changing the windows and doors. So basically refurbishing the whole property back to brick, you need to be looking at 40 grand to do that. And it's that simple. This is how we stack deals. This is what you should be allowing in your calculator, and then obviously that allows you to be able to look at a deal and see whether it's worthwhile. You know, if you're looking at your properties, it's currently listed for sale 5 grand more than a property that's been fully refurbished, sold for 6 months ago in the road, and it needs 40 grand's worth of work doing to it. You know you're going to have to do some negotiating on the purchase price. So this is what this is for. Again, it's just a ballpark estimate to set an initial budget so you can work out whether you want to go and view the property or not. And this will save you a lot of time because you can look through the photos on Rightmove and you'll quickly be able to see, are the radiators 1 panel thick and old? If they are, you're probably going to need to replace it. And when you're doing that, you're probably going to have an old kitchen, an old bathroom, which means you're going to change the flooring and decoration. You're probably going to have to rewire it while you're doing it. And if you're doing all that stuff, you're definitely going to have to re-skim it because you're going to make a mess when you're doing it. So it's easy then to see. You might look at the pictures and the bathroom and kitchen are nice. The flooring might just be a bit dated and the paintwork looks a bit battered. So you just need a light refurb. That's what this table's for, to make your life simple. And it's the first step in the estimating journey, a ballpark estimate. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Stay tuned for our next video where I'm going to show you how to estimate in slightly more detail than this when you're out on a viewing. And what we're going to use for that is our viewing checklist, which you can have a copy of. All you've got to do is just respond to my email and say, Tony, please can you send me a copy of your viewing checklist? And then you'll be able to go out on site, go out to a property, fill in the viewing checklist and create a more detailed estimate than this one. Okay, until next time, thank you very much.